It took my business from $0 to six figures in a matter of 4 months. I reached my initial goal in 4 months. And I still have the rest of the year to go. So I will probably double that.
How did you even find out about me?
LinkedIn. It was just coincidence, but I remember seeing you come across my feed and I started watching your videos. This is the interesting part. So many people on LinkedIn need to realize, and it's something that you teach in your program. I watched you for a very long time before I reached out to you and said, can you help me? I kind of secretly sat back and I watched your videos, read your posts. I did it all, but I didn't react. Typically, people are like, okay, I'm not going to react because I don't want somebody reaching out to me. I got to the point to where I was like, okay, this guy here, he knows what he's talking about. It was also a little bit for me, I've been in the business at that time 25 years. And I'm like, okay, I've been in the business 25 years. It was almost as if I felt like after 25 years, I can't figure this out and I'm going to have to reach out for help. I'm really big about education. I go to every conference I can go to, but when it came to the sales portion of it, I thought that's what I do. I'm good at sales, but there was a whole nother market that I was missing. And that is the market that is on LinkedIn. I, again, was old school, making phone calls, sending emails. From watching your videos and seeing your content, it started really resonating with me that there's another way to do this. There's a better way to do this. That's when I had reached out to you and was like, please help me. Because of the content that you provided, because of the information that you provided. I actually had hired a social media coach before I started following you. I invested a lot of money and I didn't get anything out of it. I did not gain one client from that coach. So I thought to myself, let me just see what Donnie has to offer. Let me check out his program and his package and learn more about how he works so that I can make an informed decision to move forward or look somewhere else. And our first conversation, you provided so much valuable information to me that I knew I need to do this. This is something that I've not seen from anyone else that I've spoke to. It's a different process, it's a different method. And I'm just going to try it. What have I got to lose? I've already lost $20,000 on other coaches. What really catered to my needs was the ability to be able to set up automation. And I really didn't understand automation until I met you. I didn't know much about automation. And so that opened up a whole new door for me to be able to continue to do what I was still doing, because I still believe phone calls, you need to still make your phone calls. But this allowed for the automation for me to make that initial connection so that I could later reach out to them on the phone or through email or even a LinkedIn message to do another introduction. And so the automation was really big for me. I was terrified of creating content. I was terrified of video. I don't have a face for video. I don't have the voice for video. So it was terrifying to me to think I need to get on video and how am I going to overcome this? Doesn't someone want to see a 25-year-old more than they want to see me? But then that's when I realized, when I was told, no, people want your knowledge and your experience. That's what they want to hear. The more I started thinking about that, the more I realized I've got 25 years of knowledge and experience that I can share with other people. Kind of released that tension and that fear a little bit more when I started realizing I do have a lot to offer. People want the knowledge. They're not just worried about what that person looks like on the other end of the camera. They want to hear that you know what you're talking about. That was a lot for me to overcome. What made me overcome the fear was knowing that there were people out there that is doing what I need to be doing. And I have a goal that I wanted to meet. And I knew that in order for me to reach that goal, I needed to stand out from the competition. I needed to stand out from people that aren't doing what I'm doing. There's a lot of people that aren't doing content, that aren't doing video. And so it made me realize that if I'm doing that and I'm providing value, value, they're going to start seeing that in itself is going to open up new opportunities. Just my goals that I had, I'm very goal oriented. I am a learner. I love to learn. For me, it was understanding that what you were teaching me about content and video was what I needed to do. And so I just did it. I get messages from people that I'm connected with. I get messages from people I'm not connected with, that the content that I post, they're like, yeah, you're spot on with that. Or I didn't realize that there was a recruiter that actually knew what they were talking about in the food and beverage industry, because that's my space. I work exclusively in food and beverage. I get messages from people, and those people that are messaging me that like my content, I'm taking note of it, and I'm not going to press them right off. Oh, hey, you like my content? Great. How about we set an appointment? But I do work it into my plan. Going through the program, in all honesty, and I'm not just saying this because we're on video together, but it was one of the best business decisions that I've ever made. I just wish I would have done it sooner. It took my business from $0 to 6 figures in a matter of 4 months. I reached my initial goal in 4 months. And I still have the rest of the year to go. So I will probably double that. The value that you provided with just simple strategies that anyone can implement was worth everything that I put in it. Donnie knows my story. I went through some, and still going through some, very difficult times with aging parents and aging mother-in-law. And so my time has been very, very limited on what I can put in to my business. And if I can do it in 4 months and go to 6 figures in 4 months, working on a quarter time basis, just think about what you can do if you're doing it on a full-time basis. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it's going to go from here, because it's unlimited. I mean, set your goals and reach them and surpass them. It's just been one of the best business decisions that I've ever made. It's given me confidence. It's given me a lot more confidence. That is another key thing. Like, I've always been a pretty passive person, even though I've been in business development. I do good when I'm one-on-one with someone, but to be on video has been great, but it has helped me in my personal life too, because now I can stand in a crowd of people and feel confident about speaking. Whereas before I never did. I've never been a confident person, but it has soared my confidence some in knowing that I'm not as much of a dumb blonde as I thought I was. I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Support coaching calls are golden. We have 2 calls a week. Donnie is always on there. He spends an hour answering any questions that you have about the program or even anything beyond the program. It has been a game changer as well. I mean, any questions, concerns, problems that you run into, Donnie's there to answer them for you and guide you. That has been so beneficial, because so many programs, they give you the tools, the videos, but the support is always lacking. I've had more support from your program than I've had from any other program I've ever done. That's including investing large amounts of money every month for a huge network, and you're reaching out asking for help and you can't get the help. You've never not been available to answer a question. And it's always been very quick. If you have a question, and I've had to email you, you've always answered, explaining how to do things, ways to try things. But the way that you approach it too is, I love the way you approach it, because you don't approach it as I know it all. You approach it all as, here's a suggestion that I give you. You can use that suggestion and grow your business. You don't have to. You can do it a different way. The support has been phenomenal. Do it now. For me, it was the best investment that I've ever made. You will see a growth in your business. There's no question about it. You will see growth in your business if you follow the program. You can't take his program and then decide not to do it or change things up. You have to follow the program and it will work.